Holt, of course, plays a former world champion in Lights Out, the new TV series on FX. And Chris Arreola is hoping he gets another chance in his career to become a world champion. A great reception for Arreola. Tony Krebs is the referee, and they are scheduled for 10.
Come on, Joey. Okay, right here is okay. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up. Go back and wait for the bell.
Joey Abell about to go from the wading pool to the ocean.
Stop.
I hope he's prepared for some waves. Big ones. Because they're going to be coming. That tide will be coming in early.
Biggest fight of his career, biggest week maybe of his life. Daughter Brooke was born this past Sunday. 9 pounds 6 ounces. Mom Peggy's doing great. They're back home with Joey's mom Wendy, watching back in Minnesota.
My concern, if I was a back of Abell, is I don't know if he has a good enough chin to stand up the first time he is touched on the chin. We're going to find out soon. Because I got a funny feeling that Arreola has the potential in this fight just to walk through Abell. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's going to come forward, Arreola. He's going to throw punches. He's been in there with good fighters, so he's used to this kind of stage. And it's going to be up to Abell to survive early and use those legs, box a little bit, and find a way to have some offense to make Arreola respect him enough where he doesn't do that. Just set up in his kitchen.
Arreola had his training camp with new trainer Ronnie Shields in Houston. Came in at 249, lowest weight in 2.5 years for the former heavyweight title challenger.
But let's be honest about that. Yes, it's the lowest weight in 2 years and 7 months. I'll give him a little extra credit, but it's still, a lot of people complain that he lost to Thomas Adamek, and he being Arreola because he wasn't in shape. And he's only a ½ pound less than he was for that Arreola fight. So I think, again, the fight plans are pretty simple. For Abell, survive early, use your legs, box a little bit, pick spots, do that, get the respect of Arreola a little bit, and maybe Arreola tires a little bit. Maybe he starts to evaporate right in front of you. If Arreola won't walk right in. And he just got tested a little bit by Abell.
Abell scored well.
Abell doing what he has to do, keeping a little separation, pot shotting with that left hand, but when he gets hit, that's going to be the telling tale. Is his chin good enough to stand up? And right there, you got a little glimpse. It's over.
TKO victory, first round, Chris Arreola. Tony Krebs stops it immediately.
Maybe a quick stoppage. I know people out there on the internet already are friends and say, hey, do you think this is controversial, a quick stoppage? No doubt that Abell was hurt, but no doubt the referee didn't give him much chance to recover.
He was definitely hurt. He didn't go down. He was held up. But we will give you plenty of replays, and you be the judge as Krebs steps in right away and ends this fight.
To me, the question from the beginning, and I said it early on, was the chin of Abell. Could it hold up against Arreola? When Arreola finally found it, you saw that Abell was hurt and his legs gave in a little bit. But you also saw the referee jump in there very quickly.
Here's how it happened.
Arreola doing what he does, coming forward. We talked about the right hand in the fight plan. Well, you saw why he landed it. Abell pulled back on his left leg. He got caught the right. He got hurt. And then Arreola followed up. A little kiss there on the cheek by Arreola as Abell had his hands down. There's the right hand that hurts him. He falls forward. Some other punches land. You could say that Abell is defenseless right there. He cannot defend himself. The referee stepped in. Arreola actually was being a gentleman, not punching anymore. Let's take another look in real time. The right hand set up by the left hook like we said in the fight plan. Other punches. Abell goes down, gets up. A little defenseless and something a little unconventional. Oh, kiss. Real time again. You see Abell defenseless. You see the kiss on the cheek. And you see good night for Abell. I guess what Arreola was telling you was that I got you, you're hurt, you're mine, and I'm giving you a gift. I'm going to kiss you instead of hitting you.
Literally a kiss goodnight from Chris Arreola. A huge right hand started it all. It sent Joey Abell arching back over that top rope. And a TKO victory for the former heavyweight title challenger. For the official particulars, we send it up to the ring to Sonny Franco.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 2 minutes, 18 seconds of the very first round. He is your winner by way of knockout, Chris the Nightmare Arreola.
You know, Joe, after watching that, we give Arreola a chance. He wants to say something.
Thank you very much. To all the haters, thank you very much.
But you know what I wanted to say, Joe, is that the referee had no about that fight because there's no standing 8 count here. If there was a standing 8 count, that's the perfect spot for it. But with no standing 8 count, and you have a fighter like Abell who's completely defenseless, well, what else are you going to do?
Well, that's the purpose of a standing 8 count, right? The only other choice he would have had was to see if his body would have gone up against the ropes and then possibly he calls his technical knockdown.
Well, that's a good point because he did go down on one knee. So the referee, what he could have done was started to count as a knockdown. That would have gave Abell a chance to have another go.
And that would have given Chris Arreola more of a chance to pound away. It was a big right hand, and then he followed it up with the assault that finished it. Look at that right hand that sends Abell back. We will talk to the always outspoken Chris Arreola when we return. Back here at Pechanga in Southern California, Joe and Teddy now joined ringside by Ring Magazine's 10th ranked heavyweight in the world, Chris Arreola, coming off the first round TKO victory against Joey Abell. After everything you went through last year, that had to feel really good.
No, it felt great, man, but honestly, this is just one fight. I have a lot more to prove, to the fans, a lot to prove to everybody that doubted me, everybody that believed in me. My promoter, my managers, everybody, I got a lot to prove. This is just one fight. It doesn't mean nothing.
Show the highlights here, how you finished off Abell, and you and Teddy can break things down.
Well, let's take a look here. We're going to show you take it right there, Chris. There's the right hand. I mean, that's your Sunday punch. And I talked about in the fight plan that southpaws get hit with right hands, and Abell gets hit with right hands because he leans back on his left foot. Were you looking for the right hand?
Yeah, I seen that he was leaning a couple times. Whenever he threw a punch, he pulled back. And that's exactly what he did. When he threw that left hand, he pulled back. And the right hand was just wide open for me. All I had to do was just keep my balance and make sure I didn't misuse my punches.
And you didn't just chuck the punch, you know, for those people out there. You set that up with the left hook. The left hook made him pull back a little bit. Am I right?
Yeah, because I set it up with the left hook, and I see when he threw the left hand, every time he did it, he was pulling back because he didn't want to get punched. And when he pulled back, I just stepped forward with my left leg and just cranked it.
I want to make a point where everybody knows about Chris Arreola's heart in the ring, where you walk through punches and you take what you got to take and you act like a fighter. But tonight you showed a different compassion, a different kind of heart. You knew you had him out, but you didn't let your hands go. You did the right thing. You looked like a gentleman in there. You knew you had him out, and then you gave him a little kiss.
Yeah, well,
what was up with that?
You know what? I don't know, man. I was just happy, man. I wanted to thank him in one way or another, so I kissed him. You know, and that just happened.
But you didn't let your hands go. He was defenseless. I mean, he had nothing left. And you did the right thing by allowing the referee to get in there and get him out.
Yeah, and especially I seen him already going down, and I'm not going to punch somebody that's going down. I'm not going to get disqualified. And, you know, I respect boxing. Boxing, like I said before, is the most gentleman sport that there is. Before a fight, you don't know each other. You beat the crap out of each other. And after that, shake hands like nothing happened, man. And you got to respect and make sure they go home to their family, because that's what I want to do.
Because you're both going through the same thing and the same dangers and the same fears.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank you for behaving that way.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Chris, you and I talked about this division right now, the mediocrity of the heavyweight division. With where you are now rededicated, what's the master plan here and how's it going to play out?
Man, it's always a world title. That's the master plan. If you don't believe you're going to be a champion, you don't belong in boxing. That's me. I believe I'm going to be a world champion. So I'm, I didn't do it in 2010 and it showed. 2011, there's the first fight that's going to show. Every fight is just going to show my dedication.
And real quick, speak about a little bit about the difference that Ronnie Shields made in this fight and is going to make in your future.
The main thing, everybody knows already. I'm a fighter already. There's not so much to change about me. But the main thing is he fixed my flaws. As you seen, when I threw the right hand, I was balanced. I stepped with my foot and made sure that I got everything I could out of it. My balance and my throwing punches, my jabs, and making sure that I move my head. Because I'm ugly and I don't want to get any more uglier.
You look good tonight, Chris. Chris Arreola, 30th win of his career.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
26 knockout, a thunderous right hand that takes a 236-pound man and arches him over the top rope. First round TKO for Arreola. Let's send it back to Brian Kenny in the Friday Night Fight studio. BK.